Hello everyone, welcome to Musical Engineer. I hope you are doing absolutely amazing. If you have not yet subscribed to Musical Engineer, please go and hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button so that every time I post a new video, you get the updates of them. In this video, I'm going to describe about manual testing in detail. In the last video where I have discussed about software testing, the types of software testing, and I have discussed a very brief about manual testing and automation testing. So here I'll be going a little bit depth inside manual testing and explain you what manual testing is. So as I have already discussed that manual testing is a software testing process in which the test cases are actually executed manually without any automation tool, right? Manual testing is actually mandatory for every developed software before automation testing, because if it is not manually tested, then how will you know that what will be the process and the steps that is going to be used in the automation scripts. So manual testing is actually a mandatory process, and you should know the exact flow of operations that is going to be conducted in the software. So that is a mandatory process. There are three types of manual testing, that is white box testing, black box testing, and gray box testing. Let me discuss about the white box testing. It is actually a testing that is done by actually the developer, where they check every line of code and the codes are visible to the developer, right? So that is why it is known as the white box testing. Then coming to this black box testing, what is actually black box testing? It is actually done by the test engineers, where they check the functionality of the application of the software according to the customer or the client's needs. And in these, the code is actually not visible. They are actually checking the functionality and the requirement of the clients if it is met. So this is known as the black box testing. Then coming to gray box testing, it is actually a combination of the white box and the black box. As we all know that the color white and the black, when it's mixed, it is known as gray box testing. So in the similar way, this is the combination of white box and black box testing. It is actually performed by a person who know both the coding and the testing. So they actually carry out all this gray box testing. So if the single person performs white box as well as the black box testing for application, they are known as actually gray box testers. Then I will tell you how this manual testing is performed. Here in this process, first the tester observes that all the documents related to the software is selected in the testing areas. Then the tester, what he does is he analyzes the requirement documents that is to be covered, which covers all the requirements that is stated by the client or the customer. Then he develops the test cases according to the requirement which is mentioned in the document. Then all the test cases are actually executed first manually, right, using the black box testing and white box testing. If bugs occur, then the testing team informs the development team. That means the manual testers actually sees if there are any bugs. Then they report to the developers. They need to again fix the problems and remove the bugs. So then the development team fixes all the bugs, right? Then coming to the advantages of manual testing. First, it is that it does not require any programming knowledge. You don't have to have any programming knowledge about it for carrying out this black box method. Then it is used to test the dynamically changing GUI designs. That means manual testing is used for if there are any changes that is occurring in the GUI, right, any design or any functionality or anything, for testing that manually using the black box method it is used. So testers interacts with the software as a real user, he tests the software as a real user, what will be the operations of that particular web page or anything, if it is a GUI, and what are the changes that are made into that software. So and they actually discover what is the usability of that software and also the user interface. They ensure that the software is 100% bug free, although 100% bug free is actually a myth. A software will never be 100% bug free, but they try their best so that it comes to the customer's expectations and it is almost bug free, right? So that when the users uses the software, they actually feels very smooth while using the software, and the software is efficient for the user to be used, whether in terms of the functionality and the usability, or in the terms of performance. Manual testing is cost effective as because no automation tool is used, which is a bit costly, and it's also easy to learn for the new tester. Let's come to the disadvantages of the manual testing. It requires a large number of human resource, like for testing a lot of lot of test cases and the test scenarios, lots of manual testers are required. So it requires a large number of human resource. It is a very long time consuming. So for conducting repetitive tasks and everything, like it requires a lot of time. Then the testers develop the test cases based on their skills and experience. There is no evidence that they have covered all the functionalities or not. It is very hard to keep all the records, like whether they have covered all the functionalities, because like all the usability and the functionality of that particular software, they are actually checking it manually, right? Then the test cases cannot be used again. That means once it is done, it cannot be used again, because for that there comes the advantage of the automation tool, which where the script is once written and can be reused for the repeated and the similar tasks. For every new software, they need to develop a separate test cases. It does not provide the testing on all aspects of testing. So that is also one of the disadvantage of manual testing. Two teams working together, sometimes it is difficult to understand each other's motives. It can mislead the process. That means whenever two teams are working and if they are testing one of the software and the two teams cannot coordinate among themselves, then there creates a problem and they cannot that is one of the disadvantage of manual testing. I will tell about few of the tools that are used in manual testing. Tools basically are used for testing like unit integration and security, performance and bug tracking. So there are tools like Jira, then Bugzilla, Mantis, Zap, NUnit, Tessie, LoadRunner, Citrus, SonarQube, etc. So these are the few of the tools that are used by manual testers. If you ever spoke to a manual tester and asked them like what tools they use, you will be actually in one or the other tools they might be using that. I will discuss about few of the myths that the manual testing have. First myth is anyone can do manual testing. So actually testing requires many skill sets. Another myth is testing ensures 100% defect-free product. I already discussed is that our software cannot be 100% bug-free, because some of the other ways some defects might occur, right? So our software product cannot be 100% defect-free. Another myth is automated testing is more powerful than manual testing. That is another myth that everybody has, because 100% test automation cannot be done, because some of the software changes or the GUI changes, if it occurs, then you have to write a similar automation, and where automation tool fails, so there you need to use that manual testing technique. Last myth that I am going to tell you, that is that testing is very easy. It is easy but not very easy. Testing can be extremely challenging because you have to have the proper knowledge of the software that you are going to test, and you should have the proper skill sets that is required for conducting this manual testing, and it also requires a high analytical skills. So that's all about manual testing. I tried to go a little deep into this manual testing. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to Musical Engineer, and take care. Bye bye.